Data Cleaning and Transformation Using Excel Power Query by Ekena Ononaku.
Now, so what I want us to do quickly now is I want us to conduct some data cleaning. It's going to be more of a practical section of what we've done before, using the tools we've treated before now. I'd like us to see what data cleaning and data transformation can look like using the Excel functions and the Excel operators. But before we go into that, I will have to also open Microsoft Excel to show you something very important. We want to look at there's a particular tool that is embedded in Excel called the Power Query. This Power Query is a very powerful tool, and it's not only in Excel that you will see the Power Query. You can also see the Power Query in tools like Power BI. Power BI is another important tool that we're going to look at later. But this Power Query is an important tool that enables us to perform data cleaning and data transformation effectively. The Excel Power Query is a powerful data transformation and data preparation tool. It is embedded within Excel. It allows users to be able to import data from various sources. Now, if you will be a good analyst, you must be conversant with various sources through which data can be imported into Excel. And some of these sources, Power Query enables you to import data using this platform. For instance, data can be in Excel, data can be in SQL, data can be in CSV format, data can also be in PDF, data can be in the cloud, like in the web, and data can be in different forms. How do you import them into Excel and perform data cleaning on it? Let me give you an example now. Let me give you a very good example of what I mean. Now, I want to conduct an analysis. But first of all, I have my data saved in a particular file. If I minimize, I will see my data saved in a folder. Look at a folder called Today. If I open the folder Today, I will see a data set called Excel 102 exercise. And if I open this Excel 102 exercise, I will see so many data sets. You can see customer info, customer details, and the rest of them. And I am particularly interested in importing a particular data set from here. So what do? I have my empty Excel sheet open, and I want to import this data set into my spreadsheet so I can begin my analysis. There are many ways I can do that, but the most efficient way to do it is to make use of the Power Query. What the Power Query does is that it establishes what we call a connection. It doesn't copy the work into Excel. It doesn't necessarily import the data set. But what it does is that it imports it, establishing a connection such that when there is an update in the original file, in the source file, once you refresh your analysis, everything will be updated automatically. That's the beauty of it. We use this method to scrape data from the web, which is one of the things we're going to do now. We also use this data to connect to, we also use this method to connect to data from some major database sources like MySQL, PostgreSQL, SharePoint, GitHub, and the rest of them. Let us just take a little step now. Now, if I want to import data using a query editor, I simply go to the data tab. This is my data tab. And when you come to data tab, you will see many options. The first option you will see there is get external data. If I want to import data into this Excel spreadsheet, I can use any of these options. Just as you can see from Access. Access is a database tool. From web, possibly from Wikipedia or any website. From text, from other sources and the rest of them. But in this case now, if I use any of these methods, it will import data into my spreadsheet, but it will not establish a connection. But what I want to do is to establish a connection. So because of that, I will make use of new query. Now, new query is a tool that directs us to the use of the Excel Power Query. The new query, what it does is that it establishes a connection. Like I've told you before, you have the source. Where you're connecting from is the source. But when you connect into this spreadsheet now, it becomes a connection. And once that connection is established, whenever there is an update in the source, you simply come to refresh all and just refresh. So look at this. If you come to new query, of course, this new query will be available if you're using Excel 2016 and above. So take note. If you look at new query, I want to connect, is either I connect from file, and if I'm connecting from file, then either I'm connecting from an Excel workbook or a CSV file or an XML file or from text or from folder. I will explain all this. But first of all, let's connect from Excel workbook. Connecting from Excel workbook simply means connecting from a data set that is of Microsoft Excel, possibly in your system. So if I click on this, it opens me up. I will now have to navigate to the location where I have the file. For instance, in this case now, I have a file on the desktop called Today. There's a folder on the desktop called Today. That's my desktop. And inside Today, if I double click, I have a file, Coffee Shop Sales Raw file. I have another one, Excel 102 exercise. And I have another one, Operators and Functions dataset. Assuming I want to connect to this Coffee Shop Sales, I can go ahead. But I have a file, Excel 102 exercise. So I want to connect to it. I select it and I go to import. Look at import here. And once I click on the import, now the process of connection will begin. That's an amazing thing about this. Now it opens me up to a navigation bar showing me all the sheets I have in that workbook. Remember, I showed you this workbook before now. That's the workbook here, somewhere here. And this workbook has these sheets here. These are the sheets. So I am trying to connect to it. And these are all the sheets. And the one I want is possibly, I want to connect to the employee record. I click on employee record. And the preview will show by the right-hand side. So what do? I have two options to select from. One is to load, and the second one is to transform data. Now, when do I choose load? I choose load when I want to load this particular data set directly into my Excel workbook. And you can only choose this when you are sure that the data is clean, that the data does not require any cleaning and transformation. But in this case, our data requires cleaning and transformation. So what do? I will have to choose the transform data. And what happens when I choose the transform data? If I choose the transform data, then automatically the Power Query will open. This is the environment of the Power Query. Now you can see that the Power Query is a different platform embedded inside Excel. That is what I want to bring out. It's a special engine that is very important for data cleaning and transformation, and it plays a very important role in data analysis. You see it in Excel, you see it in Power BI. It's called the Power Query. It has some powerful, strong features. Now, looking at the Power Query now, looking at this Power Query now, you will notice the data that we are trying to connect. This environment is an environment for data cleaning and data transformation. It's an environment where you remove what you don't want and you add what you want. It has all the facilities. If you look at it closely, you will see the ribbon at the top. It has 4 different sections. The Power Query, the Excel Power Query has 4 different sections. The first section you see is the ribbon. At the top, if you can see my mouse moving around the top, that's the ribbon. That is where you have the Home tab, the Transform tab, the Add column, and the View. Each of the tabs has commands that you use to work. I will explain them. Then the second section is the query list. This environment is called the query list, where you have your query. Now, what's a query? A query is when you have a data set and you demand to have some part of the information from that data set or the entire data sets. That is what we call a query. And when we have a query, just as it is now, this area is called the query list. We have only one query. You can see query 1, and that is employee record. Now, the next section is the data preview, where you have the query being previewed. If you have more than one query here now, you will notice that if you click on it, it will preview on this environment. Now, the right-hand side is the query setting. This is the query setting. Under the query setting, you have the query properties and you have the apply steps. Let me show you what this can do. The query properties under query properties, you have the name. You can decide to edit the name of your query by clicking into the query name and possibly delete or add to the query name. From what you can see now, I remove the record and I have only employee, and I want to call it just employee. Once I remove that and I click, you will notice that the name changes here to employee. And once that is done, the next thing I can do also is Assuming I have this last name and I have this first name, and I don't like the first name, I want to change it. I don't like the last name, I want to change it to surname. I can double click on it, and I change it to what I want it to be. Hit enter. So you can see that it has changed. And once it changes, look at the apply step. This apply step, any action you carry out here, the apply step will tell you what has happened. From what you can see now, it's showing renamed column. Okay, let me remove this column entirely. I can right click here and I look for remove. I've removed the column maybe because I don't want it. That's what we usually do. When you have a redundant column, a column that you know will not be used for analysis, you remove it. And when you remove it, just as you can see, from the applied steps, you will notice that a column has been removed. If I want to reverse the process again, I will simply click on this X here. It will remove this. And if I want to reverse this also, I click on this, and you can see it has reversed it to what it was before. Do I have somebody following me? Let me have some witnesses in the house before I continue. Any question so far? Any confusion? I can go back, because this is a major area that we're going to use, and I want you to understand it well. After this, I will go to Wikipedia and scrape data from there. But can I have some witness? If you can hear me well, yes. Let me have some more witnesses. Any question? Any question on that? Okay. 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 Can I have some more persons respond? Okay, I will bolding it. That's no problem. But any question? But because we're in Power Query, that might not be possible for now. But can I have some of us respond? We still have us here. Let me have you respond if you are following me. If you're following, can I have you respond? Only one person following. Okay. Yes. Okay, Pastor Ben, you're following. Okay. All right. All right. So we can go ahead. We can go ahead now. So let's go. Now, if I am not performing any cleaning for now, but I'm only showing you, I want to show you how to go in and out of the Power Query first. Assuming I'm done with my cleaning and everything, what next do I do? I will load this data set to my Excel sheet. And how do I do that? I come to Home. I will see Close and Load. Close and Load. Once I click on Close and Load, it will close and load this data. Then you will notice that this data has been loaded inside the Excel workbook. So this is the Excel workbook now, having the data loaded. And when it loads, you will notice by the right-hand side, workbook query, showing that this data was connected from a source. This is workbook. Now, if you look at this, you will notice that a new tab appears up here. It is called a contextual tab. This tab is used to edit this query. If you click on this tab, you can have some tools that will enable you work on this query. You can see refresh, you can see load to, you can see delete, you can see edit. Assuming I want to go back to the Power Query again, I can click on edit. It takes me back to Power Query. And when I'm done with my cleaning, I come back and click on load, close and load. So that's what I want you to understand first now. how to go in and out of the Power Query. I return back, I click on query, I can come to edit, or I can double click on this query here. If I double click on it, it brings me back again to my Power Query. That's quite amazing. Now that you've got this clear, can we now go ahead? One more time, let me try to connect to another data set again. I load this, apply, then let me open a new Excel workbook, Control N, or instead I'll click on File, go to New, and I open a new blank workbook. This is a new workbook. I want to connect to another data set again. For those of you who wasn't clear about the first step, let me do this again. I go to data, take notes. And when I get to data, I will go to new query. This new query feature, remember I told you, can only be found in Excel version 2016 up. So it's very important you get that. Now, if I click on this arrow, I want to connect data from file. What kind of file? Excel file. We can also connect data from CSV file. CSV means comma separated value. I will come to that later. Let's finish with this. I click on Excel, and this time around, I want to navigate, I want to connect to coffee shop sales raw file. It's a raw file. Coffee shop sales raw file. And how do I connect to this? I will select it, and I click on Import. And once I click on Import, I notice that it's only this file that is in that folder, and that is transactions. I click on it, and I will see the file showing. Remember, I told you that you may choose to click load. That will load the data direct into the Excel file. But I want to transform the data because I have some data there that is dated that needs my attention to rearrange. I click on transform data, and it will connect to the data and take me to Power Query. This is the Power Query. Remember, if I restore this, you will notice that the Excel file is under here, while the Power Query is there. So let me expand the Power Query again. So you have the Power Query. If I want to do some transformations, what kind of transformations can we do? I said that before. You may want to make any change. I will make changes later, but I want you to understand this first. But assuming we are done with making changes, what next do we do? We go to Home, and we go to Close and Load. And when you click on Close and Load, it closes the Power Query and loads the data for you into your Excel workbook and shows you here that a query has been created. And at the top here, it shows you a query tab where you can click and manipulate your query also. I think that is clear. Can we go ahead now? Can we go ahead with scraping data from the Wikipedia now? Is this one clear? Is this clear? Oh, yes. Two persons, yes, clear. Clear, yes. Okay. Any question? I want to take one or two questions. Is clear? Yes. Any question? There is no question. Okay. So let's go. Now, the next thing we are going to do now is we are going to use the Power Query now. Now, let's work with the Power Query now. Now you know that there's a platform or there's a tool called Power Query that is embedded in Excel. Now let's make use of the Power Query now to work. And to make use of the Power Query, I want to open a new Excel workbook. That's a new Excel workbook. And what we're going to do now is to scrape data from the web. When you want to get data from a website, we call it data scraping. When you have data online and you have a need to connect to the data, run analysis, and draw all the visuals, we call it data scraping. This is important because you have to do this so many times if you are into data analysis. So let's go. The data I want to scrape is if you remember the 2020, I know the Olympic just ended recently, but I want to scrape the 2020 Olympic gold medal. I want to go to the 2020 Olympic gold medal. I will use 2020 as an example. Then you will do for me 2024 or maybe 2016. Remember, Olympic is every 4 years. And after Olympic, all the countries that has won one or more medals, their names will be compiled in a table. So for your country to make it to the Olympic medal table, you must have at least won one medal, whether a gold or bronze or silver. So let's go to the 2020 Olympic gold medal table. How do we go there? You can go to, let's just go to Google, and we might type 2020. Once you type 2020 Summer Olympic medal table, you will see the Wikipedia, you will see the Wikipedia information there, and you click on the site. It's very, very simple. Even if you don't need to know the website. Once you type 2020 Olympic or 2020 Summer Olympic medal table, you will simply have the site open for you. So you click on it and it opens. So that is the site. You can see the 2020 Olympic gold medal table. If you scroll down, you will see the table. So from the table here, you notice the table itself, 2020 Summer Olympic medal table. Rank, US 2020, US was number 1 with 39 golds, 41 silver, 33 bronze, and a total of 113 medals. China followed. Japan was the host. Tokyo, it was hosted in Tokyo. Japan was the host. That's why you can see the asterisk here. Then you have Great Britain and the rest of them. So we want to scrape this data. We want to create a connection between our Microsoft Excel and this data online, such that assuming this data gets updated tomorrow, all we need to do is to refresh our Excel as long as we are connected online, and every analysis we perform will get adjusted. Who is following me? Who is getting where we're going to? Can I have your response? We're about to scrape the data, but I want to make sure you're following. But we're going to do that. That's a practical use of the Power Query, yes? Okay, you're following. Please make sure you follow. At any point you miss out, just let me know. So can we go ahead? Now, some people want to copy this data set and paste it in Excel. That is possible, but that will not establish a connection. We want a situation whereby if this data is updated, although this particular one cannot be, but there are some cases where you are working with a data set and assuming, okay, we will see such a situation in a case where somebody is conducting a survey. Like I sent a survey of one of my students for you to fill. Now, if it's a survey, responses keeps coming every day. So you might have about 50 responses and you conduct analysis with 50 responses as at today. By tomorrow morning, the responses will increase to 100. You don't need to begin to repeat the analysis again. All you need to do is to just go to the tab and click refresh. And once you click refresh, as long as you're connected to the internet, every of the analysis you conducted, both the dashboards you created, will just get refreshed. That is the power of what we're doing. So let's go ahead. How do we scrape this data now? To scrape this data, all we need to simply do is to go to the address bar. When we go to the address bar, we highlight it and copy the URL. This is called the URL, Universal Resource Locator. We copy the URL. And once we copy the URL, all you need to do is highlight it, right click and copy the URL. That is all you need to do here. Then move to your Excel worksheet. When you get to your Excel worksheet, go ahead to your Power Query. That is the reason why we learned the Power Query. Go ahead to your Power Query. And when you get to data, click on New Query the same way. But this time around, you are not going to from file because we're not getting data from file. You are not going to database because we're not getting data from database. You're not going to Azure because Azure is the Microsoft cloud platform. That's not where data is. We will have to go down to, maybe we'll check. We're not going to use this. We can go down to from other sources and we look for how do we get from web. Possibly if we go to from file, do we see anything from web? We can't see. But when we come to from others, you will notice the first option is from web. So remember, Wikipedia is on the web, and we want to import the data from the web page. So we click on from web page, from web. Remember, from other sources. Then you go to from web. Click on from web. It opens a dialog box for you, asking for that URL that you copied. Just right click and paste the URL. Simple. Once you do that, click OK. And notice what happens now. The connection process begins. You can see that same navigator you saw previously showing now. And when it shows, it will bring out all the possible tables that is on that Wikipedia page. You look at all the tables, but at least you know that we know that what we're looking for is 2020 Summer Olympic medal table. We click on it. And once we click on it, there we go again. We go to transform. Because the data is coming from the web, it will most likely look dirty. Just like when you go to the market, things you bought from the market will most likely look dirty. So, and they are raw. You bought vegetable, you bought meat. You might need to recut them, you might need to wash them. So you don't take them to the pot directly. You take them into the washing basin. So Power Query is more like a washing basin where you perform some cleaning and some transformation. I hope you're getting that now. So the way to do that is you click on transform. Transform moves us to the Power Query. And there you are. Look at the data now. That's quite amazing. So we have the data right here in our Power Query. And you can see that. Who is following? Who just followed what has happened now? Let me have 3 responses, then I continue. Beautiful. 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 Okay. 2, 3 more, 5 more persons. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now let's go on. Let's go on. Now, okay, beautiful. Any question so far? No question. So let's go ahead. Now, this is that same pathway. Now look at the query setting here. Now, look at the query list. Look at the ribbon. Look at the 3 key tabs: transform, home, transform, and add column. Now, we will perform some cleaning within few minutes and we'll stop. Look at the table, rank. Look at NOC, gold, silver, medal, bronze, and then we have total. Now, looking at this data now, you will notice that everything is not in order. How do I mean? Look at this now. What is the meaning of NOC? NOC does not make real meaning in analysis. Whenever you are running analysis, try to use things that anybody can look at and understand. NOC could mean an abbreviation for something, but it doesn't make meaning. But I know these are countries. So one of the cleanings I will perform here is to change this NOC to read country, because that makes more meaning. So how do I do that? I will come to the column header, double click on it. Please take note. I will come to the column header, double click on it. It will become highlighted, and I will type what I want, country, and I will hit enter. Whether it is small letter or capital letter is not case sensitive. Now, it makes meaning now. Anybody looking at it will know that this is countries, which is United States, China, Japan, Great Britain, and the rest of them. I guess we are following. That is number 1 cleaning or transformation. You can call it transformation also, that we've done. Now let's go to number 2. Number 2. Please, if we lose you, try to let me know. Number 2, if you look at these countries, you will notice that Japan has an asterisk there. That was carried from the source. And this will cause some problem in analysis. It will cause some problem in analysis. So what do? We will look for a way of removing this asterisk. We will look for a way of removing it. It's not supposed to be there. And how do we do that? Assuming there are other countries that have this asterisk. To remove it, what do? One, what we may need to do is that we highlight the column and we go to the transform. Now, why are we going to transform? We are going to transform because what we want to do is to make a change on a column. We are not adding new column. If we want to add a new column, we would have said add column. But because what we want to do is to make a change, a transformation on this, we simply go to transform. And when you come to transform, you will see a command under any column. Replace value, replace value, replace value. You will see a drop-down arrow beside replace value. Click on it and you see replace values. When you click on replace values, a dialog box appears. What are we replacing? We are replacing asterisks. So you look for asterisks on your keyboard and I type asterisk. That's what I want to replace. And what am I replacing it with? Or you can click on the column, go to replace, and look for asterisks. And what am I replacing it with? I'm replacing it with nothing, empty. So I don't need to put anything here because I'm replacing it with empty. And once I do that, I click OK. You will notice that that asterisk is gone. I've succeeded in replacing it with nothing. So that's cleaning number 2. Don't forget this data came from the web. So I must be very careful. I can't just load it and begin to work with it. Please, when you are given a data set to run analysis on, the first thing you must do is to perform a good visual inspection on it. Don't just carry on because there can be a lot of anomalies. Let me show you the number 3 thing that is wrong with this data that was kept for online. If you scroll down, you will notice some empty, some null values under rank. Look at after 36, this place is null. After 39, null. After 42, null. And one of the things that you might want to do is to remove the null values. But in this case, you can't remove the null values because if you remove the null values, you end up removing the country. First of all, why is the data like that? Let's look at this. If you look at 36 here, and you see the next one, Greece is 36, Uganda is null. Now let's go to the real data. Look at the real data here. Greece is 36, Uganda. So you can see that under the rank, Greece and Uganda are 36. So Excel couldn't interpret it. So it gave the 36 to Greece and gave Uganda null. Did you understand that now? Can I have somebody who understood that? Did you get what happened there? So Excel could not interpret that. Who understood that? So all they had to do was, okay, look at, okay, yes. So how many of us, who didn't understand that? Yeah, okay, beautiful. So you really need to take a good look. It's not about analyzing data. Take a good look at the data. We'll call it visual inspection and try to find, just the same way you go to the market, you don't just carry everything and put it in the pot and start cooking. You look at it very well, remove the bad ones. That's exactly what we do in data because this is more or less like cooking. Okay, let me show you more now. If you look at Philippines and Slovakia, they rank 50. If you go up, you see that this country, Fiji and Latvia with Thailand are all 59. If you go back to our data set, you will notice the same thing here also. You notice that at that 59, that you have the first one, 59, others were given null values. And we can't remove it. It's very easy to remove the null value. If I click on the filter, I can scroll down and go ahead and look for the null value. I can look at the null. I can click on it and click OK. I've removed the null values, but my result will be biased. If I finish the analysis, these countries will be missing. So I have to restore it back again. So what do I do? Remember that all we need to do is from the real data, you notice that on 36, Greece is 36. Uganda should also be 36. So ordinarily, a common person will say, come here and manually insert 36 in Uganda. But if you succeed in doing that, it means you're going to do them one after the other. And if the data is up to 1 million, you're going to spend a whole 1 year doing that. So how do we carry out this automatically? It's very simple. What we need to do, first of all, is to give a command that we give the null value below the value of the one on top. And what we simply do is highlight the column that is affected go to transform again, then look for field under any column. See, look at field, the field. If you click on the arrow beside field, you will see the first option down, second option up. The first option down will fill the down one with the up value. The second option up will fill the up value with the down value. So which one do we need? Let me see who is following me. Which of the two options do we need? Do we need the down or the up? Let me see who will get it. Yes, 2-3 persons respond. I'm waiting for your response. Yes, okay. The down one. No, somebody saying the up one. No, we need the down one because what we want to do, the down fills the down with the up option. Up fills the up. So just use it this way now. How you know it is that down will fill the down one with the value up. While up, okay, you get that now. Beautiful. So because we need that, so we click on fill and choose down. So once we choose down, you will see automatically now that there's no null value again. So look at that 36 now. Greece is 36. Uganda is now 36. You scroll down also, you will see that Tunisia, okay, if we go up, okay, look at this now. You see that Jordan is 74, Malaysia 74, Nigeria 74. Nigeria, their country, was at the ranked 74. But when you analyze this year's own, you tell me what it is. So that is solved. Is that clear? Is that not amazing? Who is following? I'm rounding up now. Who is following? Please try to replay this lecture again. It's a major lecture that you need to replay. And next lecture will come so soon. If you're following me, then I think we have performed some major cleanings. But one more thing I want is this. United States has 39 golds, 41 silver, 33 bronze, and a total of 113 medals. I want to find out what percentage of their total medal is gold. What percentage of the total medal is silver? What percentage of the total medal is bronze? That can be a very important argument. If I want to do that, this time around, this will involve adding a column. And because it's going to involve adding a column, I'm going to use add column. And what am I expected to do? To get this percentage, I will simply divide gold by total. If I divide gold by total, I will not get the percentage. So because I want to divide gold by total, I will first of all click on gold. Then I will hold down my control key on my keyboard so I can highlight total. Let me repeat. I want to divide gold by total so I can get the percentage of gold in the total medal. What do? I click on gold first, then I hold down my control key. Please don't click on total first. You click on gold first because all I want to do is gold over total. So gold, I click on total. And when the two of them is highlighted, I will go to column. And when I get to column, I will see a group from number. And you will notice statistics. And you also notice standard. From standard, I will see add. I will see multiply. I will see subtract. But what I want to do is divide. So I will select divide. I will see modulo and I will see percentage. So let me see divide. When I click on divide, automatically it creates a column for me, giving me the division. So you can see that. And because it has given me this is the percentage of gold. So let me rename the division. I double click on this and call it percentage gold and hit enter. So, but yet, this is not yet in percentage. So how do I convert it to percentage? I will right click this column and go to change type. Under change type, I will go to column. I'm telling you to change this data type to percentage. And that gives me 34.5%. That shows that 34.5% of the US medal is gold. 42.70% of the China medals is gold. So this is unique to them. I can go ahead to get the same thing for silver. I'll click on silver, hold down my control key, and click on total. Then I go to add column, come to standard, and say divide. It gives me a new column, and I click the column, and I go ahead, change it to percentage. That gives me the column again, and I may decide to scroll a little bit to see this, or I can close up this a little bit, and I can see this also. Remember that apply steps keeps giving us each of the steps that we're taking. All the steps taken are all being recorded here. Let me go ahead and get out of bronze. I click on bronze, hold down my control key, click on total, go to standard, click on divide, and right click on the column here and go to change type and get it to percentage. And that is it. Can I have some people responding? If you followed me, just tell me you followed me. Then if you have questions, you can ask me. Well, I'm running up this, but let me have some responses. You're going to do this, and in the next lecture, you present it for us. Okay? Following, interesting, awesome. It's quite interesting. You'll see more. I'm still laying foundation. Listen. Okay, why didn't you choose percent from standard? That's a good question. Why didn't you choose percent? Of course, first of all, when you're working, try it out. Try it out and find out why. Find out what it gives to you. Let me give it to you as an assignment. Try to choose percent and see if it gives you the same results. I just take it up as an assignment. But then what we're simply doing is transformation. Now, in our next class, I'm going to teach you about the pivot engine. That is the most powerful engine in Microsoft Excel, the pivot table. The pivot table. Please don't miss the next class. The next class will not get to the weekend. To most likely be on Monday or on Wednesday. So I can be able to, I want some of you to begin to see yourself as data analysts. It doesn't take forever. I brought up this project today to show you that it's not just Excel we're learning. We're learning some serious things that you need to work with. So having looked at this now, there are other things you can do. Now, looking at this, because the data set we're using doesn't have reason for us to start using other tools like multiply. But you can see that the same way you can divide. If you have a need to multiply, you can multiply. If you have a need to add, you can add. If you have a need to use percentage, you can use percentage. If you have a need to subtract, we can subtract. For instance, we have a reason why we want to subtract total sales from revenue from profit, total sales from total cost to get profit. We use the subtract. If we have a reason to multiply, we also multiply. I believe that subsequently the data set we're going to use in the future will help us to do that. So when you are done with what you want, one more thing, please. Remember I told you you must have to look through your data well. If you scroll down this data set, you will notice the total here, which was exactly what we inherited from the data total entries, 93 entries. It doesn't mean that these are 93 countries that came to Olympic. These are 93 countries that got a medal. So once a country gets a medal, their name enters into the medal table. I don't think Nigeria's name entered into the medal table this year. Find out when you check it out. So you can see the total gold, the total silver, the total bronze, and then the overall. So, but we don't need this. In analysis, we don't need this. We can get it done by ourselves. So what do? This column is not needed. How do we remove it? Somebody might come here and decide to want to delete it. You might not be able to delete it from Power Query. What do? You simply come to any of the table headers. Click on the filter button. Scroll. Once you click on the filter button, scroll down. Just take note of this. You click on any of them can serve. Sorry, let me undo this. Okay, click on the filter button, then scroll down. You will see it here. Simply uncheck it, filter it out. Click on OK. It's gone. So when you scroll down, you can see it now. It's gone. Who understood what we just did now? Can I have you respond? Okay, yes. Okay. So there are several other data cleanings that can take place here. We will look at them as we bring other projects. In our next class, I will bring a short project that will help us. But let me show you one or two of them. If you look at this table now, I may decide to arrange, you can see that these things were arranged according to rank. What if I want to arrange them in alphabetical order by country? What if I want to ignore the rank? Want to arrange them in alphabetical order by country? What do? I can highlight the country and possibly decide to go to formats. If I go to format, first of all, from format, I can change it to uppercase. I've changed, let me get this clear first. I want to insert, let me insert uppercase. Yeah, let me insert uppercase on country. Oh, that's not responding. It's supposed to respond. Okay. I will come to that later. But then I can decide to, let me sort it in alphabetical order here. I can use the filter button, then look at the sort ascending, sort descending. If I click on sort ascending, I will sorting it from A to Z. So Argentina comes first, though the ranking is not 72, the first. So I've sorted it in alphabetical order from A to Z. What if I want to sort it in descending order from Venezuela down? I can decide to remove the sort. I clear sort. I've cleared the sort. So these are some of the moves that we can make. After you're done with your cleaning, Next thing will be to load to Excel. And you come to home, click on home, then you say click on close and load. And it will load it for you in Excel. Now that it has loaded it for us in Excel now, from what we can see, we have it loaded in Excel and our data is complete. And now we have the entire table showing here. So with this, you will notice that when we loaded it back here in Excel, this return back again. So right here in Excel, you can highlight this column, then go to home. From home, you can change it to percentage. Simple. The same thing, click on this column, go to percentage, change it. But if you watch now, it removed the decimal places. If I want the decimal places, I can highlight the entire column. This time around, I can choose to increase the decimal place by 1, increase it by 2, which is normal. This also increases by 2, which is normal. So I still have it correctly done. So this is 93 rows loaded and the data is complete. Very much okay. From here now, you can commence your analysis. Assuming I want to perform any analysis, I can go ahead. Analysis such as I want to know the top 5 countries. I want to know the top 5 countries in gold, silver, or whatever. I can go ahead and do that. But that will be our class for the next time. I think with this, we will bring this class to an end. I believe it's amazing. Can I have a response? How interesting is this? How does it look like? Can I have us respond? Oh, it's amazing. Okay, thank you. That's amazing. Are we taking home something beautiful, intriguing, beautiful? Yes, can I have the rest of us here respond? Please try and replay this. In our next class, I want our classes to be, I'll be shortening our classes, but I will go straight to the point. In our next class, we will go into more data cleaning, but then we'll bring in the pivot engine. Try and replay it again for more understanding. Take time to replay and feel free to ask questions on the platform. Or you are free to reach out to me personally on anything, any question. I will also respond to you personally. It's one family, so I will respond to you personally. Try to reach out to me, but I want you to follow. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you follow the lesson, make notes, and submit to me. And next class will if I see about 5 persons responding with their notes, then I will fix next class either on Monday or Tuesday so that we can move on. I'll bring in more projects. We're going to analyze more data, but let me give you an assignment. The assignment will be scrap the 2024 Olympic medal table and perform all the necessary cleanings, send it to the platform, or maybe during our class, I will call on you to share your screen and tell us what you understand. I think before we end the class today, for the first time, I would like us to hear from at least one person. I will enable one person to share a screen on his screen. I think I'll allow Taiwo to share her screen. Sir Taiwo, are you still there? Are you following us from laptop or phone? Let's know first. I believe we know how to share our screen. Who want to share his or her screen? I will enable you share your screen. At least, okay. All right. From laptop. Okay, so I'm going to enable you to share your screen now. I will enable you to, I will stop sharing now and enable you to share your screen. Just your screen. And we'll see your screen. Are you ready? Can I have your response? Are you ready? I will stop sharing now, but I will teach us now how to share our screen. That's what I want to do now. Are we ready? It's because from time as we'll continue. Okay, so I will stop sharing now. I've stopped sharing, and now I will now enable you to share. Now look down your screen. You see that green button with an arrow pointing up, share. Once you click on it, you just go to entire screen, the top left corner, and click on it, then click on share, then click on share down. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. So can you briefly go ahead and scrape the data? Open a new Excel workbook. Let's see. Open a new Excel workbook. And then when you do that, beautiful, beautiful. So can you go ahead and scrape the data to the 2020? Okay. Beautiful. Okay. Expand your screen a little bit. Just go to the there, just there, click on it to expand. Beautiful. So what next do you do now? Please just go ahead and go to your Google and type 2020 Olympic 2020 Olympic, and that opens you up to what we're looking for. Just 2020 Olympic, okay? Yes. Please watch because, okay, so you can see that now. Click on the Olympic medal table. Beautiful. So scroll down and click on, you see the link down. You see the link down. Beautiful. So click on it. It opens us to the fine. That's Tokyo. But then scroll up. No, just go back a little bit. Just go back. Now, scroll down. Let's get the real table. Just search for. Go to the search bar and look for 2020 Olympic gold medal table. Go down, gold medal table. You see put summer 2020 summer 2020 summer 2020 summer. So you can get the real table. Okay, so select that now. Select, then click OK. Can you scroll down? Let's scroll down. Okay, look at the Wikipedia there. No, not that. Go up. Go. Okay, yes, select that. That's the Wikipedia. Beautiful. Then scroll up. Scroll up. Let's get the table. Let's see the table. Keep moving. Go ahead. The table will come out. No. Keep going down. Yes, continue. We show that's the table there. That's the table. So can you go to the address bar and copy the URL? Go to the address bar, click into the address bar, that's amazing. Click in the address bar, then copy, right click and copy, beautiful. Then go to your Excel. Let's see if you're using Excel 2016. Go to your Excel. Then what do you do? Maybe you enable your sound and tell us what you're doing. Hold on. Just hold on. Hold on. Let me allow you enable your sound and tell us what you're doing. That's amazing. That's amazing. I'll allow you tell us what to do so that let me allow you. Okay. So you can unmute yourself. Can you unmute yourself now? Okay, so go ahead.
I've done that. Yeah.
So can you talk to us? Tell us what you're doing.
No, yes, no, so I have to go to the data bar.
Yes.
I'll click it, then I would. Yeah. So I would have to perform Power Query on this table now.
Okay. So did you notice a slight difference in your own?
Yes.
Yes.
Because after clicking data,
yes. You are looking for now. What are you looking for now? New query.
New query, yes.
So where do you have new query now? You notice you don't have new query showing as it was showing in my own. That's one of the problems.
Yes, sir.
To encounter. That's why I asked you to share. So those icons beside get data, point the cursor on them. Let the names appear. Yeah, just point. The names will appear. New table, go up. Look from web, go up. Let's see if it does. Did you see from file? Did you see that show? You see that showing you. So the arrangement of this is different from my. So keep point the next one.
Yes.
Get data using the existing connection. Okay, go ahead. Start from the beginning. Start from the first one first. Yes. What's that?
Data from CSV.
That's from CSV file. That's not what. Go to the second one. What's that?
From the web.
From web. Yes. So let's try and see if that works.
Yes.
Let's see if it works.
I've just clicked it, so it's trying to load now.
Okay, let it load. Let's see what it gives us. Where it gives us the dialog box where we can put. Okay, awesome. Yes. So did you notice the slight difference?
Yes.
Beautiful. So you just have to know what you're looking for and search for it around. So click OK. I believe some of us are following. Click OK. Let's see if it takes.
I've done that.
Okay. Let's see what it gives to us. Did you see connect?
Connect, cancel. Yes.
You can see a slight difference in your own. Okay, click on connect.
Yes, sir.
Click on connect. Let's see what it gives to us. Is it connecting?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's see where it gets to the end. Oh, beautiful. It has brought the navigation bar now. So can you select the 2020 summer? Is it showing now?
Yes, it is.
So what do we do? What do we do?
Go to transform data.
Go ahead.
Because we are...
So teach us from there now. Repeat the process. Let's see. I believe others are watching. Please, if you're watching, keep on. So that's more like a revision. So let's get that. So where are we now?
I've just uploaded the 2020 into my Excel worksheet.
Okay, so what this environment you can see now, what's it called?
It's the environment where we can transform the data. We've not uploaded directly because the data has some yama and some mess in it. So we want to.
So this environment you are in now, what is it called? The Power Query.
The Power Query environment.
Beautiful.
Yes.
So what do we do? Look at the data very well now. So what do we do? I talked about four sections of the Power Query. The first is the ribbon, where we have the commands home, transform,
Yes.
column.
Yes.
The
Yes,
second is by the left side, where we have the query list. The third is the query view. And the fourth, we have the query settings, where we have the properties and apply steps.
Yes.
Okay, so what first do we do? You look at the NOC. It doesn't make
yes, we
right?
can change the name.
So go ahead and change it. Let's see.
We could call it names of country.
Yeah, just call it countries. Just call it countries. Yes. Be as simple as possible. Beautiful. You're already a teacher. So why not? So yeah, that's awesome. You knew this before or you just got it now?
No, I'm just learning now.
Oh, beautiful. I'm excited. Okay, what next? What next do we do?
We also
look at the host country, Japan, having asterisk there. That's not healthy. It's just like buying vegetable and it has dates in it. So you need to remove it. So what do you do?
We highlighted it and then we went to change.
So what do we do? What do we do?
We went somewhere and removed it. One moment.
Where did we go to? Okay, you need to. Okay, now we went to transform. So can you go to transform? Yes. People are watching that you're teaching us. It's getting next.
Yes.
In our next class, somebody will share the screen and do the same. Go to transform. Please just click on got it. Click on got it so that can go out.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So go to transform. Are you transform?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
So you look at replace values under any column. Replace values. So
I've seen it.
Click on the arrow. So click on replace values.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you replacing? Asterisks.
Asterisks, yes, sir.
So you enter the asterisks.
One moment.
Okay, look at your keyboard. The asterisk is exactly on top of 8 if you're using a standard keyboard. Top of the number 8.
Yes, I've seen it.
So you hold down
and that will replace with nothing.
With nothing. So you put nothing. So you click on OK. Check it out. Has it gone?
Yes, Japan is gone.
I think you need an applause. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, so I believe we're all watching. So what next do we do? Scroll down and you will see the null values. Just scroll down. Did you see the null value? Get to 36.
Yes.
Wait for the 2. So what do we do to those null values to go?
We go to transform again and then we go to replace value.
Is it replace value? Think again.
Oh, no, one moment. Yeah.
Okay.
We go to transform again and then.
Who can help her? Okay, I think we'll go to field. Under any column, we'll go to field because we're filling. So did you see the option field?
Yes, sir. I've seen it.
We're filling down.
Yes, and then we go down. Yes.
So check, has he corrected it?
No. Well,
so why didn't he correct it?
Because I did not highlight it.
So can you go and highlight now? Highlight the column, the rank column. No. You highlight the rank column, the column header. Beautiful.
Yes.
So go ahead and repeat the process again. But first of all, hold on. Go to apply steps and remove that step you mistakenly added. That field down. Remove it because it has applied something and it will disturb the analysis. So did you see that? No, just go to apply steps by the right down. You see the apply steps.
Yeah.
So click on X. No, look at the last one. The very last. Click on X. It goes. Okay. So return back now.
Okay.
So highlight the rank. Then go up to field. Then fill down. Beautiful. Has he corrected that?
Yes, sir.
Beautiful. So
what next? Are gone.
What next?
We can do this. We can take out this 90.
Okay, so how do we take it out?
So I come here and then I will uncheck it down here.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. And filter it out. Check it.
Yes.
Is it gone?
Yes, it's gone.
So one more step before you load it. Can you tell just one more step and we'll end? Can
the
you
percentage.
tell us the percentage of
of
gold?
Yes.
So go ahead.
But we need to create an extra column.
Okay. We are watching you.
Yes. So our light gold, and then I would hold down my control key.
Okay.
And then I would click total. So it can show.
Your total is not showing. So why not scroll?
Yes.
Why not scroll at first? You have the scroll bar, scroll it out and let's see it.
I'm trying to close this query.
No, don't close it. You will need it. Go down, you see the scroll bar down. Look at the scroll bar down. Scroll it.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Good. So go ahead.
So I'll hold down my control key and then I would. Yes.
So what do you do next?
I will come to add column.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do what next?
And then I am going to come here to standard.
Okay.
And because we are dividing, I'm going to choose divide.
Okay.
Because I know I asked the question why we didn't go for this percent. So.
Yes, and I told you to find it out and tell us in this one.
Yes, so I just chose that. Yes.
Okay.
And because it's not in percentage, I'm going to right click. I'm going to highlight it and then I'm going to right click.
Yeah, highlight and right click the header. Right click on the header.
Okay.
Meanwhile, you
will rename it.
Okay.
Say percentage of
gold. Percentage gold. Percentage gold.
Yeah. So,
okay.
Yeah. So
you hit enter.
Yeah.
So what next?
I want to convert this into percentage.
So you right click the header. Right click the header. Okay. So go ahead. What next do you do?
Transform.
No.
I know.
You can't find it?
No, I can't find it.
Do you really know what you're looking for? We're looking for data type, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, somebody is telling you change type. Somebody is suggesting to you so, and I can see it there. Augusta is telling you change type. That's amazing. And I can see the change type. Okay. So you choose what?
Currency. No. Sorry.
Okay, so how do you correct this now?
I'll have to go back.
Okay, how do you go back?
I'll have to click, right click the heading again. I go to change type.
Okay.
Okay, I've seen it, yes.
Okay. But look at what happened. That's an issue there. Cancel first. That step you made, you should have canceled that step first of all before going back.
Okay, from here, yes.
Yes. So go ahead. You can see some of these things, very important. That's why practice. You see the reason why I say replay, make notes. Because that's when it digests.
Yes,
okay?
Yes, sir.
That's amazing. So go ahead and load it to Excel. Load it into Excel. Tell us what to do first.
I'll have to come to home.
Yes.
And then I would see load and close.
Wow, you got all this in today's class. That's powerful. Doing it as if you've known it before.
No, it's my first time.
Wow, awesome. Beautiful.
I have a question, sir.
Go ahead.
So if I want to go back to continue transforming this table, how do I go back to the
Please, can somebody answer her? Can somebody answer her? First of all, click on got it. Click on got it first. Oh, somebody is answering you. Can someone answer? Ask the question again. Somebody is ready to answer. Ask
So my question is, if I want to go back to Power Query and continue editing, transforming this table, how do I go back there?
Please, let me have somebody answering. Nancy is here. Ian is here. Ngozi is here. Please, many of us are here, so somebody should answer. Yes. Somebody is saying, let's get the answer. Somebody is saying, what? Nobody has answered. Give us an answer. I want somebody to respond. Somebody should respond. If she wants to go back to the query editor, probably to edit or clean what she forgot, what will she do? Yes? We're waiting. Because we are waiting. Nancy, we are waiting. Joy, you are waiting. Dr. Victor, are waiting. Nobody.
My question is because now from this this Excel, I've not found out the percentage of bronze the percentage of bronze and the percentage for silver. Yes. So I want to go back to the Power Editor and include that. How do I go back to
the question is, how will she go back to the query editor? Back again. Somebody is saying click on the query editor at the right. Somebody is saying double click on the Power Editor on the right side of your screen. That's beautiful. So why not try it? Double click on the query editor on the right side of your screen. Did you get what he said?
This one. No, this is
query. No. Okay, there are two ways you can do that. Okay, so somebody is answering. Ngozi is getting it there. Click on query tab. Ngozi got it better. So click on the query tab. That will, so look at edit. Click on edit. That's amazing. You got there.
Thank you.
Dr. Vito also got it too. Load again and see it. Let me show you the next option. Load, close and load. Just click on close and load. No, not there. You're closing the. Look at the option. Yeah, close and load. Just click on it. And when it loads, I will show you another option too. Now, look at by the right-hand side. You see where you have your query and connections. By the right-hand side, look at that. Look at that 2020 Summer Olympic method. Double-click on it. That where you have 93 rows loaded. By the right, under query and connections. Double-click on it. Have you done that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you double click? Two fast clicks, double click. Yes, that brings you down here. I think you've got it. So please, let's clap for her. Next time it's going to be your turn. Because it's going to be your turn, Dr. Victor. We'll have to, at the end of each project, we will share the screen and we will. And so thank you for being in class today. I think it's amazing. You can stop sharing your screen.